right, my friends, Penny has found a little garden planted by one of my neighbors, and one of the things we're going to be looking at in this garden are those pretty pink flowers. Those are called tulips. Let's get a closer look. All right, my friends, these beautiful flowers are called tulips. They are growing out of a bulb in the ground. Remember, we talked about bulbs last time. You can see how pretty they are. They've got them in pink and in the red. And if you come in and look at the flowers, you can see the inside. Remember, we talked a little bit about this before. This tall piece on the inside right here by my finger, that's the pistil. And these little pieces off to the side are the stamen. And the pollen has to get from the stamen to the pistil to make seeds. All right, my friends, do you remember what gets the pollen from the stamen to the pistil? I would say pollinators, but can you give me a couple of examples of pollinators? Are bees a pollinator? What about butterflies? What about birds? If you said yes, all three of those things are pollinators, you've been paying attention. Let's keep walking. Come on, Penny. Penny wants to know if you remember this plant from our last video. Take a second and look at the leaves. It used to look more like this. Do you remember what it is? All right, my friends, so what do you think that plant is? Hold up one finger if you think it's a hosta, 2 if you think it's a peony, and 3 if you think it's a dandelion. If you said 1 hosta, you're correct. Let's keep going. Come on, Penny. All right, my friends, we're stopping near one of my neighbors. They actually have an herb called chives growing in their garden. Let's take a look. All right, my friends, there are 2 interesting things in this flower bed. One is this white plant, and that's called Dusty Miller. It's actually an annual, and it's supposed to die every year, but nobody told this Dusty Miller that, so it comes back. And what I'm really interested in, see those tall, long, spiky green things? Those are called chives. And a lot of times you can cut the top off of chives and put them in salads and in all sorts of dishes. They taste really, really good on food. And if you didn't know what you were looking at, they're a strange looking plant. I'm gonna see if I can dig one up in my yard. All right, my friends, so this is a chive. I dug this one up out of my yard. I thought you might want to see it. It's got a long leaves. This part is the stem, and then the leaves continue on. But what's really interesting about it is looking at the root. You can see it makes sort of a rounded shape at the bottom. They call that a bulb. And then it's got lots of these little bitty root hairs growing out the bottom. And these are the parts that suck in and bring in the water. Now, most of the time with chives, people cut off the tops, the leaves, and they add them into salads, or you can put them on spices, on different kinds of meat. But the bottom might look familiar to you. If you think this looks like an onion, you're right. Chives are part of the onion family. And if I wanted to, I could scrub it real good and clean and cook it up and eat it, and it would taste good. You're not so sure. That's all right. Don't ever eat anything out of your yard unless you know it is safe. Okay? All right, my friends, I'm going to check and see if I can tell if the robins have been in the nests and if we have eggs. I'll be right back. All right, my friends, so here is the robin's nest I've been trying to keep an eye on, and I don't know if they have eggs. I'm going to see if I can lean the camera a little bit because I don't want to get too close. So you can see, my friends, we had 4 big, beautiful robin's eggs, and we're going to keep an eye on them, and hopefully the next time we check, we'll have chicks. Just a couple of quick facts about robins. Robins are songbirds. They're often the first bird you see in spring. Robins' feathers are gray and brown with a red tummy. The male usually has a brighter color. Robins like to eat worms, insects, and seeds. They make their nests in high places, and the eggs are a beautiful bright teal blue. All right, my friends, we're going to look at one thing we found. I'm going to guess you've seen this kind of plant before. This is called a dandelion. I'm going to dig one up and we're going to review parts of the plant. All right, my friends, in digging up my dandelion, I found this cute little guy. This is an American earthworm, and you can see he's just looking around Well, he doesn't really have eyes. He has light sensors, but he's crawling around on my hand trying to figure out where the ground is so he can dig back in. He's not hurting me. He doesn't have teeth. He eats teeny tiny things that are in the soil, helps break down dead leaves, and believe it or not, it sounds a little gross, but worm poop is great for the soil, and the tunnels he makes are really good for plant roots. He's not hurting me at all. He is a little wet and slimy. It's important his skin stays moist, not wet. But you can see he's just not hanging out. I'm going to put him back in the ground and let him dig back in. All right, my friends, I have put him back in the soil. He's going to find a spot and dig back into the ground, and he's going to be happy to be away from me. You can see he's using his pointy little nose to make a hole, and then he's going to pull and push his body until he's able to dig in and disappear entirely. I'm going to leave him alone so that he's not scared. All right, my friends, I have dug up this dandelion in my yard, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity for us to talk about the different parts. So I'm going to lay it down in a box, and then we can go over what the different parts are. All right, my friends, so you know, how many parts are there to a plant? How many? Yes, there are 4 parts. So let's go over them piece by piece by piece. So my friends, let's start with this beautiful yellow thing at the top of the plant. What is that? If you said a flower, you're correct. Now, my friends, what are these green things? I know you know this. Tell me. Yes, they are the leaves. And what is the job of the leaves? You are right, my friends. The leaves make food for the plant. They turn sunlight, oxygen from the air, and water into food for the plant. Now, what about this part, my friends? What does it do? What's it called? Let's start there. What is this part called? You're right. This is the roots. Now, the job of the roots is to hold the plant in place. And what else? What's the other thing they do? You're right. They take in water. And if you zoom in, my friends, see these itty tiny little lines? These are called root hairs, and they suck in the water. And this bigger, thicker piece of the root is called a taproot, and it's really strong and helps hold the plant in place in the ground. What's our 4th part of a plant? What's this part? It's holding up the flower. What's that called? Do you remember? Yes, my friends, if you said stem, you are correct. Now we've reviewed the 4 parts of the plant. Say them with me, my friends. We've got the flower, the leaves, the roots, and the stem. Keep an eye out for these parts on the plants when you go for your nature walk. All right, my friends, Penny and I are going to go take a break. I hope you enjoyed our neighborhood nature walk. And remember, if you're going to take one of your own, stay on the sidewalk. Have a great day. Bye. Come on, Penny.